Hey there, Start here, back again. This is going to be a bit of a fun clear, just something I wanted to do. Again, featuring the new NV Plus Celeste. I'm just having fun with my new toy here, and I really wanted to do a lightning clear back when this boss was sort of first announced in the monthly bulletin, and I saw lightning was a weakness. I was very excited. Now, of course, we realize lightning is sort of the meme weakness. It's not actually a weakness, it's a neutral element, and the boss doesn't even respond if you hit it with lightning. You have to hit it with water and light every turn, or else it does like a big AoE nuke that can ruin your day. So lightning clearly was not intended to be an element that they wanted you to take into this fight. And in fact, I dare I say a traditional lightning team probably could not get this done. I think the only way I was able to get this done was because of the new unit, because of Celeste. I don't think a traditional lightning team could actually get this fight done in a rank 1. But we're going to go lightning element. We are using the new unit, which is kind of silly because you should go light element with the new unit. But I just wanted to give myself a little bit of a challenge and also kind of practice seeing what it would be like maybe in a future Clash of Wills if we did have a boss that was weak to lightning and you wanted to build a lightning element team around the new Celeste unit. So it's also a little bit for posterity. I doubt anybody will want to copy this clear for the current Clash of Wills, but it gives us an example of how a lightning team might look in a future Clash of Wills, right? So let's go ahead and turn all these on. Full mod, rank 1 clear. Here's the team. All right, a bit more of a, it's still not probably a traditional lightning team, but you've got Wondrous Flash Lightning, of course. You've got Sylvie for the team amps, and you've got Nora there to bring the Imperil field. Okay, I'm bringing Beryl back because, man, those mitigations are huge. Like, those mitigations make surviving this fight so much easier. Like, this this boss hits so freaking hard. It is not an easy fight, and this is not going to be a quick clear like the ones I showed you before. When you go light element with NV Celeste, she can clear this easy peasy. 5 turns, like I showed you in my first clear. 4 turns if you really want to be quick about it. This is not going to be one of those. All right, this is going to be a 9-turn clear, might even be a 10-turn, just depends on how variance goes with this, but it should be a 9-turn clear, which is nice because that's more typical of my style. I like to, I typically do a longer fight. But yeah, we're gonna get in there. We're gonna see how we get this done. I'm gonna get in there first because RNG, this boss, we got Dingus again on the old AI development for this boss. So there's tons of RNG. It can do up to 20 actions every turn, and like 75% of them is just left up to RNG. And if he just decides he wants to do like 10 or 12 single target physical attacks on us, that can easily kill a unit and ruin your day. So let's get in there, make sure we get it done first, and I'll show you the gear at the end. All right. Turn 1. Sylvie's going to do Sylvie things, burgeoning defense, elemental vines, elemental petals. All right, so that'll have all of our mitigations up and ready to go. Abigail's going to do her cover, enemy data analysis to remove the attack and mag buffs, and then contingency plans. We can go ahead and get that morale flowing, get those big barriers up. All right. Lightning is going to go ahead and imbue everybody with Inthundaga. She's going to Aqua Strike, so we seal the boss with water on this turn. And then Rusty Engine, which is nice because it does 30% machine mitigation. That's both physical and magic. Okay, so between her and Beryl, we're going to have all of our racial mitigations covered, both physical and magic, which is pretty awesome because Beryl's normal LB does 80% beast and human mitigation. Fantastic. He's going to go ahead and use that now, so we have those mitigations up and going. Celeste on this turn is going to go ahead and do Bar Lightjust. We have the light buff. high-tech barrier, all right, just to make sure we don't die on turn 1, because turn 1 is still the most dangerous turn in this fight. And then we'll do energy slash just to hit the boss, generate a little bit of morale. Nora is going to do Adrenaline Rush, which does a 30% accuracy down. So Sylvie is our passive provoke unit on this party, which is why you see she has 75,000 HP. She's also built for 100% evasion. All of the boss's attacks have 100% accuracy. So with Nora's 30% accuracy down, that reduces the accuracy to 70%. And 70% accuracy against 100% evasion means 30% of the attacks have a chance of missing, right? So there's a 30% chance that any of the single target physicals will miss her, and that can sometimes save her life. All right, so yeah, definitely want to use that. Magic entrapment for the Imperil field. We're going to use Esoteric Lightning, and then Living for 2, which is just for the morale fill. It does like 1,500 morale or something. Because the faster you build the morale, the bigger our barriers are going to be, and that's a very important factor in this fight, because we don't have any way to imbue the boss, right? We're not imbuing the boss at all here. Okay, we're not doing any kind of imbues. We are just tanking the damage. All right. On this turn, all right, we are going to we'll do our anti-physical. We're going to drone decoy. We want to, for the next 2 turns, we want to have her provoking because she's going to have the biggest barrier thanks to the contingency plan. So I think this turn she gets like a 30,000 HP barrier. Next turn she's going to have like a 50 or 60,000 HP barrier. So we want her to be provoking those single target physical attacks instead of Sylvie for the next 2 turns while that contingency plan is going. Support drone laser is for the light to seal the boss. Okay. Because lightning is going to be busy doing her LB on this turn. Her LB does a 145% imperil, which is the biggest lightning imperil we have on the party. So she's going to go ahead and do that. Beryl is going to do Human Killer, Beast Killer, and then Seraphic Present on himself, just to make sure his LB is up and ready to go next turn. We're going to use that again next turn. All right, Celeste is going to do Dazzling Neon for the field, Coordinated Teamwork for the buffs, and Energy Slash just to hit the boss. Nora can do Magic Entrapment again because we want to make sure that it's up on turn 6. That's our big burst turn. And then Beast Killer, Machine Killer, and Enigma Wave. All right, Sylvie is going to do, we got to do our Ailment Resist, so Compassionate Knight, Paladin's Resolve for some regens, and then we'll just re-up Elemental Petals. It's more for the morale than anything, because you want to build up that morale. All right, the higher we can get it, the bigger our barriers. All right, boss puts up a dispellable defense and spirit buff on this turn. Okay, so you see, even so, those single target physicals do a lot of damage. All right. All right, now this turn can potentially be very dangerous for Abigail. Okay, so she's going to Omni Cover. Okay, and then we'll do Anti-Magic as we did Anti-Physical the other time, and then we'll do SP Drone Type L just to make sure that we always have our. Oh, actually, all right. So Abigail's actions can theoretically change on this turn. So I did give Celeste a Blizzard Orb in hopes that she would counter away this Dispellable Defense and Spirit buff. I see she has not. So what I'm going to do, normally I would do the 200% light buff. We don't really need it. It's more just, as a safety measure. Since that Defense and Spirit buff is up, we're going to do Methodical Mitigation anti-magic, and then SP drone type F+, which will do a perfect dispel on the boss and get rid of those defense and spirit buffs. It's not a huge deal if the defense and spirit buffs are still up, but it does allow us to do a little bit more damage on this turn. All right, so lightning is now going to do How I Live Is Up to Me for the 40% sword in peril. She's going to do her mod boost, and then she needs to do Aqua Strike to seal the boss on this turn. Okay. Sylvie is going to shift. Okay, do her Brave Shifted LB. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. And so now we're going to do some LBs. All right, we definitely want to do Barrel's LB again because we want to maintain those mitigations. And then Celeste will shift because her Brave Shifted LB is stronger. Okay, now if your Nora is EX3, obviously that's going to change the rotation a bit. Mine is EX2. So if yours is EX3, obviously she'll just do her SLB on this turn. It's fine. You know, she's not contributing that much damage here. And that's just what you do. So I'm going to use her SLB next turn because mine is EX2. So basically just, I guess that does actually make it really difficult. So if yours is EX3, actually don't do her SLB this turn because that's going to screw up the turn 6 burst. If your Nora is EX3, honestly, I would have her just do like Enigma Blast. Just a chain. I think that's what she should do this turn. Because yeah, if you do her SLB this turn, then her SLB will be up again on turn 6 when we do our next big burst. So yeah, EX3 Nora, do something else, save her SLB for turn 4. Okay, I'm glad I thought about that. All right, here we go. Let's just do a little bit of chip damage here, hopefully like 15% off the boss's health. Nice, nice, it's pretty good damage. All right, so thankfully the boss did some AoE damage before he started doing a bunch of single target physicals. There is a chance there that the boss just decides to do no AoE hits. But having her Omni cover means even if the boss decides to do some AoE physicals or AoE magic, as long as he does like one AoE attack, she will jump out and activate her cover, which will greatly reduce the damage from the single target physicals on that turn. All right, now Abigail needs to do her SLB for the 85% mitigations because Sylvie's mitigations have effectively worn off. Sylvie is now going to do the lightning ramp. She's going to do Paladin's Defense because she's going to be now, you know, the provoke has worn off on Abigail, so Sylvie is going to start taking those single target hits, so we need a few stacks of Mirage just to make sure she doesn't take too much. And then Cheerful Paladin Strike, okay, just to increase our morale a bit. All right, Beryl is going to do, let's do Seraphic Install. Oh wait, nope, never mind. I totally forgot. Okay, Nora's going to do her SLB. All right, and now Beryl's going to use the Gilded Bracer. So this is not required, totally not required, but I wanted to use this as an example of how we can use the Gilded Bracer. You've probably already seen Sinzar's video showing how it works on like 2B and makes her extremely strong, just dishing out consistent damage because you can extend all of her double-dipped modifiers for 5 turns, and basically she can just unload huge LBs every turn. That's a really great use for the Gilded Bracer. There's also theoretically there's a good use for like on True King Noctis where you stack up all of his mod boosts and you can do his one-hit finisher with like a huge modifier. In this case, I'm just showing you how it can work effectively on like a JP unit that has that 5-turn 100 times mod boost that normally expires on turn 5. Using it on someone like lightning means that modifier will then be extended for the full 10 turns, right? So it makes those units a bit more viable. You can, that works on like Envy plus Laswell too. So, he has that 100 times mod boost that expires after 5 turns. You can use it on him, and it makes it last for 10 turns, right? And so it just makes those units a little bit more viable in Clash of Wills as well. So he's going to use that on Lightning. So now all of her mod boosts, which that includes the active one that we used on her cooldown. Now we don't have to worry about activating it ever again. The mod boost from Nora, the mod boost from Sylvie, all that stuff has been extended for another 5 turns. So we're good to go on that one. Okay, enough talk about that. We're going to do Electric Battery, Speedy / Battlefield Blur. So we're going to do a little bit more chip damage again this turn. We're going to do Rusty Engine again to maintain our machine mitigations, Aqua Strike to seal the boss, and Blitz to chain with Celeste. And just do a little bit more chip damage on this turn. Let's see how we go. Let's see how many of these single target physicals he decides to do. There we go. All right. So thanks to all that Mirage, only one of those got through, which is pretty excellent. Okay. So first things first, Sylvie's going to come back and do... We got to do another Compassion Knight, got to re-up those ailments. Should be the last time we have to do that. Paladin's Resolve, and then we'll do Elemental Petals again. Okay, Beryl is going to shift. All right, he's going to do Arcane Supplementation, which will do a 3-stack Mirage on the party, as well as all the buffs. Right, so it does the huge buffs, and then it also does 3 stacks of Mirage, right? Big morale boost, which is nice. I'm going to do Seraphic Install, which does 85% magic mitigation, and then Sacrilegious Present, which does an 88% defense and spirit break. Also does some accuracy reduction, but that's not as important because we've got that covered with Nora. All right, Abigail on this turn, she's going to re-up her drone cover. We're going to provoke. Okay, so because we want to make sure that Sylvie does not die on this turn. Imperative that Sylvie does not die on this turn, because if she dies, then we don't get the 100% amp next turn. So it's okay if Abigail dies. If Abigail dies, that, it is what it is. And she'll most likely get auto revived by Sylvie. And that's fine. All right, we're going to do SP Drone Type L for the 200% light buff, and I think that should be fine. Let me just make sure. What are the breaks looking like? So I got 3 turns on all those. Yeah. Okay, so I think we're good there. All right, Lightning can just do Elemental Burst, Aqua Strike, Blitz. Okay, we're going to do Surpassing. We're going to do Surpassing Limits Plus, Speedy / Battlefield Blur, again, just to do some chip damage. Nora is going to do Adrenaline Rush, again, for the accuracy down. Double Enigma Wave, and end with Tormenta Torment. All right, and I believe that should have us covered. Yeah, should be good there. Just double checking myself. Okay. All right, let's do a little bit more chip damage, see if we can get them below 70%. $69. Nice. The funny number. All right. So the boss puts up that dispellable buff. Don't worry, we'll get rid of that next turn. Okay. Again, thankfully, the boss does some AoE attacks on that turn so that Abigail will jump out to cover, activating her cover mitigation, so any single target physicals should have greatly reduced damage. Still, if the boss decided to just do nothing but single target physicals, he could potentially kill Abigail on that turn. But like I said, Sylvie, as you can see, she countered and would bring Abigail back, no problem. And the timing works out really well because we're going to push the threshold on this turn. The boss does nothing on his threshold turn, so it gives you basically a free turn to recover anyways. All right. Sylvie on this turn is going to shift. All right, do her Brave Shifted LB. Abby is going to do... we're going to re-extend her what am I thinking? What is that word I'm thinking of? Her provoke. Drone decoy for the provoke again. Enemy data analysis. Oh, actually it looks like Celeste already countered those away, so we don't need to do the enemy data analysis, but if Celeste did not counter away the defense and spirit buffs, then you could perfect dispel them with enemy data analysis. Okay, so we're just going to do drone decoy, contingency plan, and boom, boom. What are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Let's do... Yeah, let's just do drone cover. Just make sure she's got all her cover up. Okay. All right, so now we just LB, 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 and we're good to go. So as we know, Lightning's LB has a huge windup, so we got to send her, wait a few seconds, and then send everybody else. All right, hoping we get this boss well below like 30%. Oh wow, that was a big one. Yeah, nice. I normally get them down to like close, just above 20%. That was a big, wow, 8 billion. That's the most I've done. I'm usually closer to 7. So that was a nice big burst. That felt good. All right, so this should definitely be a 9-turn clear then. All right, Sylvie is gonna re-up the lightning amp. Okay, I've got your back goes to Barrel because we need him to use his normal form LB, so that we get our mitigations back. And then her third action can just be, I don't know, like Cheerful Paladin Strike. Okay, Abby does her SLB, so we maintain our 85% general mitigations. Barrel comes back, he's gonna do everyone's grump. Lightning is going to do, we'll just re-imbue everybody, Aqua Strike, and then Rusty Engine for the mitigations. We're going to bring it back to normal form with Celeste, so she can do Dazzling Neon, Coordinated Teamwork, and we'll do Bar Lightja. Make sure our light buffs are up. Nora, we'll do Adrenaline Rush, Magic Entrapment, Machine Killer, Beast Killer. All right, Abigail still has Provoke, so Sylvie should not take any damage on this turn, and then she'll use her Omni Cover next turn, so again, Sylvie doesn't take any damage. Come on, jump out. You got to jump out. My God. It's scary when like she starts taking single targets and she's not in her cover. Like, thank God she has like 3 stacks of guts. Oh man. Like, the RNG on this boss can really, really screw with you. All right. Sylvie on this turn will just hang out. We're gonna do Omni Cover. She doesn't need to do Provoke, and in fact she shouldn't provoke on this turn, because we want to make sure she jumps out to cover. She can do anti-physical, anti-magic. I think that should be it. And I don't think we need to do anything else with Sylvie. It would be nice, actually, if she had her LB up. So let me check those brakes real quick. How much longer on the mag? Those are about to expire. Of course they are. So of course we need the brakes. Okay, I'm not going to sweat it too much if she doesn't have her LB up on this turn. We'll do How I Live Is Up to Me. Actually, let's do the attacks first. We'll do Aqua Strike, Blitz, and How I Live Is Up to Me. Barrel is going to do Killers. Oh, we can use Seraphic Present. Yeah, we can do that on Sylvie, right? Although then Barrel might not have his LB. I should use it on Barrel to make sure he has his LB up. Yeah, I'm going to do it on Barrel. And that's what we'll do. All right. Nora does her SLB. Okay, Celeste is going to shift again. All right, and she's going to do Surpassing Limits, Speedy Slash, Battlefield Blur. Let me just make sure I did my lightning right. No, we're going to do, yeah, we're going to do Aqua Strike, Blitz, because How I Live Is Up to Me has a stupidly long animation. I hate that it has that long animation. So we're going to do Speedy Slash, Battlefield Blur, and then Surpassing Limits, so we can actually chain with each other. All right. So yeah, I guess what I might do is I might chain these guys, see if Sylvie gets enough LB fill to do her Bray Shifted LB on this turn. I would like her to be able to do it. So that then she can chain next turn to make sure we get our 100 hit chain score. I mean, well, we're going to get it anyways. Like, it really doesn't matter because we're actually going to shift Lightning next turn to do our Bray Shifted LB so that we make sure we get 100 hits. All right, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't want to rely on RNG for that. So what we'll do with Sylvie is we will just do... We'll just make sure we're covered with all this stuff, with all our mitigations and everything. Okay. All right, I see Nora does need a little bit of help on her LB. That's pretty typical. I guess I could have used Sylvie last turn to fill up LB. We're gonna do, you can either do enemy data analysis or SP drone type F, whichever one you want. I'll do type F just so it doesn't come up with the silly analysis screen. And then we'll do double bar Fire Raja to fill up Nora. All right, so Sylvie is going to shift, do a Bray Shifted LB as usual. Okay, Lightning is going to shift as well. Okay, just so we can do her Bray Shifted LB. So we make sure we hit our 100 hit chain count, because we haven't done a 100 hit chain yet. All right, need to shift barrel. LB, LB, LB. All right. So yeah, we'll send all of our Extreme Nova Chainers first, and then send Lightning. And yep, this should definitely kill the boss without issue. There you go, over 100 hits. And even though Lightning's modifier, is lower, technically lower in her Brave Shift form, because it doesn't get the morale scaling, it's not a problem, because it is a higher, it's still a 650 mod, because we've retained that 100 times mod boost throughout the fight. So yeah, there you go. There's your Lightning team clear, rank 1. God. Yeah, like I said, this is like hard carried by Celeste. I mean, look at that, 11 billion. Like she carried this team on her back. That's more than 2/3 of the damage. That's like 70% of the damage right there. Like 70% of the boss's health right there, just with Celeste. Yeah, she's strong. She's strong. You can see we did a fair bit of overkill damage. Like, it looks like we did about 3 billion worth of overkill on the boss there, so a little bit of room if your units aren't quite as strong. But again, I don't expect anyone to necessarily follow this clear. This was more just for fun, give myself a little challenge, and also just play around with what a Lightning team might look like in a future Clash of Wills. All right, done farming, so don't have to worry about that. All right, let's take a quick look at the gear. Turn on Defense and Spirit and Elemental Resist mod so we see what those look like. All right, so Abigail. So I definitely focused a bit more on defense than I did her spirit, because her spirit's, already sort of innately high, and the magic damage doesn't really bother her very much. But I did everything I could to kind of bolster her defense as much as possible. So, swordswoman's Celeste Cuirass, high defense, just put the highest defense heavy armor you have on there. Shield of Light is high defense. That comes from Awakened Warrior of Light. Also has water resists on it. Grand Helm plus, that's a trial helm. But yeah, it's like highest attack thing that she can put on her head. Warrior's Bulwark, that came from the Clash of Wills shop last season. Hopefully you picked it up. Pride of the Behemoth, that's King Behemoth's STMR for some TDH defense. Priestess's Vengeance for some morale fill, as well as water resists. Beach Girls comes with water and light, with defense and spirit. Power Cut just for a bulk vision card. And so yeah, that's for when she takes the physical hits. You want to make sure her defense is nice and high. All right, Celeste. Typical, just high damage gear. Blizzard Orb for the counters so that she can potentially counter away the dispellable defense and spirit buffs. And then, yeah, just some bulk Priest Vengeance for morale fill. Not totally necessary, it's just nice to have. You can kind of ignore her damage in this form. She's not really dealing damage in this form. In her Brave Shift form, though, still gave her Blizzard Orb, just so you can potentially counter and save yourself an action. And then, yeah, just full-on damage. Kind-Hearted Flutist. I gave her, this is Frosty's Vision card, because it works on her since she's a Clash of Wills unit. But if you don't have it, just put the best one you have in that slot. She is maxed out on everything. Overkillers from Ifrit on the Beast. All right, and she's good to go, ready to rock and roll. Wondrous Flash Lightning. So she's dealing damage mostly in her normal form. I don't even think I geared her Brave Shift form, actually. Yeah, no, I forgot to gear her Brave Shift form, but it's fine. As you can see, it didn't really matter too much. Valued Memories just to help her cap up Beast Killer. That's pretty much the only one she needs. Her own Vision card, because she's EX3, and she is, yeah, good to go. Beast, Human, Machine. In her Brave Shift form, you can see I forgot to gear her in there, but she's still, I think, good on everything. Yep. So she was good on everything else. She's just missing a couple pieces of gear there. No big deal. Sylvie is, again, passive provoke. So she's got perfect provocation for passive provoke. Escape Artist is that new materia that we have. And if you put that on her, she has 100% evasion, because she already comes with 50% innately. Gleaming Rain for some, that's also from the current Clash of Wills. That's for water and light resists. Crimson Furisode to give her high HP. Prophet's Diadem, also high HP. Chocobo Feather for guts, because she might need it. Shield of Light, again, for high defense. I gave her Jex Vision card. If you don't have it, just put Power Cut on her, or some other like high bulk card, preferably with some static HP, with HP and defense on it. That's what she really needs here. It also comes with another form of Guts, which, having a couple of stacks on her definitely doesn't hurt. Same build in both forms, doesn't matter. Barrel in his normal form, he's got the bracer there. I honestly, I don't think it's necessary to get the clear done. Celeste is doing the majority of the damage. It was just there because I wanted to point it out and just show you, give you a use case, an example of when it would be useful. But otherwise, yeah, built for some damage in this form because he does use his Brave Shifted, or his normal LB on a couple of turns to do some chip damage. So he does have full Beast, Human, and Machine Killers and LB damage, and Wings of the Warrior for the Chain Cap boost. In his Brave Shift form, just full-on damage. That's really all he's here for, is to deal damage. Valued Memories, Wings of the Warrior to cap all of his killers, and he is good to go. Nora, just high mag build. Nothing really shaking here. Mystic Tenacity was just for some bulk. If you don't have it, just give her some bulk. But as you can see, the party's not really taking much damage at all in this fight, so that can be swapped for pretty much anything. Love for Traby is great because I think you get 110% passive magic because if you're wearing fists, so that's really great on her. Mystic Acuity is a fantastic killer material because it does 50% Beast, Human, Machine and helps her cap everything really easy. So she's got 300 Beast, Human, Machine, and yeah, she's good to go. This is the vision card you get from an EX3 Elena, so that's what I put on her. It's the best thing I have for her. And that's it. So that's how we got a Lightning team done. If this does help you, like if you do have these units and you have them all at the right EX levels and you think this is the only way you can get a rank 1, then hopefully it helps you. If not, hopefully it was entertaining. And maybe it'll be useful in a future Clash of Wills. Who knows? We'll keep it in mind, right? So thank you guys so much for following me, and I'll see you on the other side.